Hey Taurus, welcome back. I just sat down with my deck and honestly, I need to share this reading with you because the energy coming through is intense. I shuffled thinking about what you need to know right now, and the cards that came up are not holding back. So before I pull any cards, let me just say this. I have been reading tarot for years, and sometimes you get readings that are just surface level insights. You know what I mean? But then there are readings like this one where the cards literally feel like they are revealing layers of truth that you might not be ready to hear but desperately need to understand. This is one of those readings. The universe is not playing games with you right now, Taurus. There is something happening in your life, probably involving relationships or situations where truth has been hiding, and it is about to surface. Alright, so I am pulling the first card and wow, okay, we are starting with the Seven of Swords. Taurus. When I see this card, I immediately think about deception, strategy, and someone who is not being completely honest. This is the card of the thief in the night, someone taking what they want without full transparency. Now I need you to really sit with this because the Seven of Swords is telling me that there is a situation in your life right now where someone is not showing you all their cards. Maybe it is a romantic partner. Maybe it is someone you trust. Or maybe it is even you hiding something from yourself. The energy around this card feels sneaky, like someone is tiptoeing around the truth. The person represented here might be giving you partial truths, saying what you want to hear while keeping their real intentions hidden. They might be maintaining multiple connections, telling different stories to different people. Think about it this way. Have you noticed anyone in your life being evasive when you ask direct questions? Someone who changes the subject when things get too real? That is this energy right here. What really strikes me about this card in your reading is that it is not just about someone lying to you, it is about the why behind their deception. This person might be protecting themselves, scared of confrontation, or they genuinely believe that keeping secrets is easier than dealing with the fallout of truth. But here is what the Seven of Swords wants you to understand. Secrets always come out eventually. Always. The question is not if this truth will be revealed, but when, and whether you will discover it yourself or wait for it to explode in your face. I am also getting that this deception might involve your family or close circle somehow. The Seven of Swords can indicate that information is being deliberately kept from certain people, and there might be a whole web of half-truths that multiple people are caught up in. If you have been feeling like something is off, like you are not getting the full story, trust that feeling. Your intuition is screaming at you right now, and this card is confirmation that you are not being paranoid. You are being perceptive. Another layer to this, the Seven of Swords can also represent you needing to be strategic about how you handle this situation. Maybe you already suspect something, but you are gathering evidence, watching patterns, waiting for the right moment to address it. If that is the case, this card is actually validating your approach. Sometimes you need to move quietly and observe before making your move. But the warning here is, do not let this strategic waiting turn into avoidance. There is a difference between being smart and being in denial. The second card I am pulling for you is the Eight of Pentacles. And okay, this is fascinating because we just went from deception to dedication, from secrets to skill building. The Eight of Pentacles is the craftsperson card, the person who shows up every single day to perfect their craft, who puts in the work even when nobody is watching. This tells me that regardless of what drama or deception might be swirling around you, there is something you are building right now that requires your absolute focus and commitment. This card is telling me that you have been working on something. Maybe it is a skill. Maybe it is your career. Maybe it is even working on yourself and your own healing. The Eight of Pentacles does not show up for people who are half-committed or just dabbling. This card appears when someone is serious about their growth and willing to put in repetitive, sometimes tedious effort to master something. Taurus. You are in a phase where the work you put in now is going to pay off massively later, but only if you stay consistent. Here is what I find really interesting about having these two cards appear together. While there might be deception happening in your personal life with the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles is showing me that your work, your craft, your personal development is your anchor right now. This is where you have control. This is where you can see direct results from your efforts. When relationships feel unstable or unclear, when you cannot trust what people are telling you, you can trust the work you are putting into yourself. The Eight of Pentacles is also giving me strong messages about financial independence and building something that is completely yours. Nobody can take away the skills you develop. Nobody can deceive you out of the expertise you are building. This card often shows up when someone is in training mode, learning something new, or refining their abilities to a professional level. If you have been considering investing in education, taking a course, or really diving deep into learning something that could advance your career or open new doors for you, this is your green light. I am also picking up on the idea that this dedication to your craft is going to reveal truth in a different way. When you focus on excellence and building something real, fake people and fake situations naturally fall away because they cannot keep up with your level of commitment. The Eight of Pentacles has no time for games or drama. This energy is about showing up, doing the work, and letting your results speak for themselves. So while someone might be playing games with you emotionally, you are over here building an empire brick by brick. One more thing about the Eight of Pentacles. This card is telling me that you might need to be patient with the process. Mastery does not happen overnight. The person in this card is literally shown working on their pentacles one by one, carefully, methodically. You might be feeling impatient for things to manifest in your life, especially in relationships or situations where you feel deceived. But this card is reminding you that real, lasting success comes from steady, disciplined effort over time. Let me pull the third card, and oh, this is huge. We have the Wheel of Fortune here and Taurus. When this card shows up, it means we are dealing with destiny, karma, and major turning points. The Wheel of Fortune is one of those cards that tells you the universe has a plan and things are about to shift in a big way. This is not a card about small changes. This is about life-altering cycles completing and new ones beginning. What strikes me immediately about having the Wheel of Fortune appear in this reading is that whatever deception or hidden truth the Seven of Swords was showing us, it is not going to stay hidden much longer. The wheel turns, and when it does, everything that was in shadow comes into light. Secrets get exposed, truth comes out, and people end up exactly where they are meant to be based on their actions. If someone has been dishonest with you, the Wheel of Fortune is basically saying their time is running out. Karma is real and it is coming. But here is what I really want you to understand about this card. The Wheel of Fortune is neutral. It turns for everyone, bringing both consequences and rewards. For the person who has been deceptive, the wheel is turning toward exposure and consequences. But for you, especially with that Eight of Pentacles energy of hard work and dedication, the wheel is turning toward rewards and opportunities. You are about to enter a completely different phase of your life, Taurus. And honestly, it is going to feel like the universe is finally recognizing all the effort you have been putting in. The Wheel of Fortune is also telling me that there are things happening behind the scenes right now that you are not even aware of. Opportunities are lining up. Connections are being made. People who can help you are being moved into position. You might look back on this time period 6 months from now and realize that everything was actually falling into place even when it felt chaotic or unclear. The wheel turns in your favor when you have been living with integrity, working hard, and staying true to yourself. I am getting a really strong message about timing with this card too. There might be something you have been waiting for. Maybe a relationship to get serious. Maybe a career opportunity. Maybe clarity about a situation. The Wheel of Fortune says that divine timing is at play here, and things are going to happen when they are meant to, not a moment sooner or later. I know that can be frustrating to hear when you want answers now, but trust me, if things were revealed before you were ready or before all the pieces were in place, it could actually work against you. The fourth card is coming through, and it is the Five of Wands. And honestly, Taurus, this makes so much sense with everything else we are seeing. The Five of Wands is about conflict, competition, and everyone fighting for their own agenda. This is the card of tension and disagreement, where multiple people or energies are clashing and nobody can seem to get on the same page. After seeing deception and karma in the previous cards, the Five of Wands is showing me that truth coming out is going to create some chaos. Here is what I am picking up. When those secrets from the Seven of Swords get revealed by the turning of the Wheel of Fortune, there is going to be conflict. People are going to have different versions of events, different excuses, different perspectives. The Five of Wands energy feels like everyone talking over each other, everyone defending their position, and a lot of unproductive arguing. This might involve your family finding out about something that has been hidden, and people having strong reactions and opinions about it. What I find really interesting is that the Five of Wands is not necessarily a negative card. It is just chaotic. Sometimes conflict is necessary to clear the air and get everything out in the open. You cannot heal what you do not reveal, right? So, even though this period might feel uncomfortable with people arguing or competing for attention or trying to control the narrative, it is actually part of the process of getting to truth and clarity. The Five of Wands is also telling me about internal conflict you might be experiencing. Maybe you are torn between what you want to believe and what you actually know to be true. Maybe part of you wants to give someone the benefit of the doubt while another part of you is screaming that something is not right. This internal wrestling match is exhausting, and the card is acknowledging that you are dealing with competing thoughts and feelings right now. In terms of the situation with potential deception, the Five of Wands suggests that confronting it is not going to be clean or easy. When you finally address what has been hidden, expect defensiveness. Expect people to fight back or deflect or try to turn things around on you. The person represented by the Seven of Swords is not going to just admit everything and apologize. They are going to struggle and resist and try to maintain their version of reality as long as possible. But here is what you need to remember. The Five of Wands eventually resolves. People get tired of fighting. The truth becomes undeniable. And while this phase might be messy and uncomfortable, it is temporary. You are going to get through this conflict and come out the other side with so much more clarity about who people really are and what situations are actually worth your energy. The fifth card I am pulling is the Page of Swords, and wow, Taurus. This card is absolutely perfect for what you are dealing with. The Page of Swords is the messenger, the truth seeker, the person who asks questions and refuses to accept surface-level answers. This is someone who is vigilant, observant, and honestly a bit suspicious when things do not add up. After everything we have seen in this reading, the Page of Swords is showing up as your energy, your role in this situation. This card is telling me that you are in detective mode right now, whether you realize it or not. You have been noticing things, connecting dots, paying attention to inconsistencies in what people say versus what they do. The Page of Swords has excellent BS detection skills, and you are using yours right now. Maybe you have been doing some investigating, checking things, asking careful questions to see if stories match up. This card validates that your curiosity and vigilance is absolutely appropriate given the situation. The Page of Swords can also represent information that is coming to you, messages that reveal truth, or someone younger or less experienced who brings news. There might be a communication breakthrough coming where you finally get the information you have been seeking. This could come through a conversation, a message, something you discover online, or even through someone else telling you what they know. However the information comes, the Page of Swords suggests it will be direct, possibly cutting, and impossible to ignore. What I really love about this card in your reading is that it shows you are not willing to be kept in the dark anymore. The Page of Swords has this energy of I will find out the truth and nobody is going to gaslight me into doubting what I know. This is such an important stance to take when dealing with deception. Some people will try to make you feel crazy for questioning them, try to convince you that you are paranoid or overthinking, but the Page of Swords knows better and trusts their observations and intuition. There is also a message here about communication and how you express yourself moving forward. The Page of Swords is honest, sometimes brutally so. This card might be encouraging you to speak your truth, ask the hard questions, and stop protecting other people from uncomfortable conversations. If you need to confront someone, the Page of Swords gives you permission to be direct. You do not have to be cruel, but you also do not have to sugarcoat reality or dance around what you know. One warning with the Page of Swords, though, this energy can sometimes become overly suspicious or jump to conclusions without having all the facts. Make sure you are operating from a place of clarity rather than paranoia. Gather your information, observe patterns, but also be willing to hear explanations before you make final judgments. The Page is learning the art of discernment, understanding the difference between healthy skepticism and toxic distrust. The sixth and final card in your reading, Taurus, is the Knight of Wands, and oh my goodness, the energy just completely shifted. After all this heaviness around deception, conflict, and investigation, the Knight of Wands comes charging in with this incredible burst of passionate, fearless, action-oriented energy. This card is about boldness, adventure, someone who goes after what they want with absolute confidence and zero apologies. Here is what I am getting. After you move through this period of discovering truth, dealing with conflict, and standing in your power with that Page of Swords energy, something or someone absolutely explosive is entering your life. The Knight of Wands often represents a person, typically someone with strong masculine energy regardless of gender, who is charismatic, exciting, spontaneous, and intensely passionate. This could be a new romantic connection that comes in hot and fast, or it could represent you embodying this fearless energy yourself. If this is representing a person coming into your life, they are going to be completely different from the deceptive energy of the Seven of Swords. The Knight of Wands is transparent. What you see is what you get. They are not playing games or hiding their intentions. When this person is interested in you, you will know because they make it obvious. They pursue what they want with confidence and enthusiasm. After dealing with someone who was sneaky or unclear, the Knight of Wands will feel like a breath of fresh air. But I need to give you the full picture here. The Knight of Wands energy is exciting, but it can also be unstable. This is someone who makes impulsive decisions, who might sweep you off your feet with grand gestures and intense passion, but who might also get bored easily or move on to the next adventure. So while this energy is definitely thrilling and could represent an amazing, passionate connection, you also need to pay attention to whether this person has staying power or if they are just addicted to the chase. If the Knight of Wands represents your energy rather than another person, this card is showing me that you are about to step into a completely new version of yourself. After going through the pain of deception, the hard work of the Eight of Pentacles, the karma of the Wheel of Fortune, the conflict of the Five of Wands, and the truth-seeking of the Page of Swords, you are going to emerge as someone who is done playing small. The Knight of Wands is fearless and takes risks that the old version of you might have been too scared to take. This card is telling me that opportunities for adventure, travel, excitement, and passion are coming your way. Whether that is in romance, career, or just life in general, things are about to get a lot more interesting. The universe is rewarding you for doing the hard work, for facing difficult truths, for standing up for yourself. Now you get to experience the fun part, the passionate connections, the exciting opportunities, the adventures that make you feel truly alive. The Knight of Wands is also about movement and action after a period of stagnation. If you have felt stuck dealing with drama or unclear situations, this card says that energy is about to break free. Things are going to start happening fast. You might feel like you are finally gaining momentum after being held back. Decisions that were pending are going to resolve. Connections that were unclear are going to become obvious. The Knight of Wands does not sit around waiting. This energy moves. So Taurus, let me bring all of this together for you because this reading is absolutely loaded with insights about what you are dealing with and where you are headed. You have deception that is about to be exposed through karmic timing, conflict that will arise from truth being revealed, your own investigative energy uncovering what has been hidden, and ultimately a burst of passionate new energy entering your life once this cycle completes. The cards are telling you to trust your instincts right now. If something feels off, it probably is. Stay focused on your own growth and the work you are doing to build your skills and independence. Know that the wheel is turning in your favor even when things feel chaotic. Be brave enough to ask hard questions and seek truth. And get ready, because once you clear out what is no longer serving you, something incredibly exciting is waiting on the other side. I would love to know if this reading resonates with you. Has anyone been feeling like they are not getting the full truth from someone close to them? Drop a comment and let me know what is going on in your world because this energy is strong and I know a lot of you Taurus folks are dealing with similar themes right now.